Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US stocks. We're starting the US stocks again, as you noted from yesterday. I just did a couple of the major ones. So I'm picking up where I left off last time. There's actually 17 different videos, and they all contain maybe 6 or 7 stocks each. So this one is number 6, and it's got Facebook in it, FLIR Systems, the ExOne, the Guardant Health, Alphabet, Guidewire, and HDFC Bank, which is an Indian bank. And starting with Facebook, and we looked at Facebook yesterday just on the tick chart, so we'll have a look at it on the daily chart today. So pretty much in line with the other major sort of tech stocks, in that we have wave 4 low in. A little bit difficult to count in this regard. We can count it up as wave 1 here. We could also count it as wave 1 sitting on here as well, with a wave 2 pullback in this little area through here. So there's a couple of different ways to count this particular market. But one of the things that are really needed to do, whichever way, if we put wave 1 here or wave 1 here, we need to see some some evidence of a push up through here. So that's what I really want to look at today with this. So let me just bring this into 200 here. We don't need all of that. So it can be counted like this. It also could be counted with wave 1, blue wave 1 here and blue wave 2 here, and then green wave 1 and green wave 2 here. Not that it's going to make a lot of difference. Currently the move down through here is in 3 waves. But because this pattern here is not such a good looking pattern. Well, I need to see some evidence in this little move through here. I will go to the tick chart on this one, because it is a little bit tricky. So if I've got wave 1 up here, this is 100 ticks. We can move that across over here. The main takeaway here is that we could count this down as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for an A and a B here, and then I can see that we've just got 5 waves in this structure. So it fits quite nicely as an ABC. It could get rather more complicated, but what it has got going for it is this 5-wave structure here as wave 1 and 2 here. Now, that's not the end of the situation. This is the 50-60% retracement level here. So it's quite possible that it also could be, this is where the sticky news comes in, that it could just be an A, B, and C rally to here and then fold from this particular point. So that's what I don't know at this particular point. So you could enter it here and put a stop under here, and and keep your fingers crossed based on this 3-wave structure here. But it could get a bit more complicated than that. So I'll leave that with you. I thought I'll just wait here, because it's going to react in here some way or another. We'll end up seeing 5 waves up to this point or to this point here. But if we get a classic trading levels pattern sitting on this level here, then we can move with that such. And you know what the classic pattern looks like. It's this one here, where we have the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and then a corrective move, and then coming back and sitting on support. So we want that level, we want that 280 as a nice support. So we want to see it come up here, react from there, go up there higher, and then have an ABC correction, and then find the entry point to go into it at that particular point. So yeah, looking okay, but it can fail after a short little wave into this structure and fail. So we need that high there to take place on that. So let's look at the next stock, which is FLIR Systems. So with FLIR Systems here, we've got a B wave up here and a C wave down through here. And I've counted this as a 5-wave structure here, and it counts quite nicely like that. But I also understand that it can be pushed as a corrective rally as well. In that instance, what I like about this move down through here, it's pulled back to the 61.8%, pretty much spot on. And it's just you see how it sort of lazily sort of came down and had a bit of a double bottom, and now it's sort of pushing up. So we could count this as an A and a B here, and then 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 here as an ABC and pushing up at this point. So I think this is a bit of a goer, this one here. Of course, you could buy it now and put the stop under the low here, but also too, the safer trade would be having a nice tested support on the 40 here, because if this is correct, then we're going to see that high up here get taken out. That's where this is at the moment. So I think this is quite exciting as a pattern. So what we could do here is we could get a green line in play here, and we'll also get a red line in play, and we'll put them in as a buy, and also a copy that there, and also a stop at this point. So I'm going to put both of them in here. So you could buy here, and you can put the stop. I think I'll just put the stop under here. So why don't we make this, I'll copy that. Why don't we just make this half a trade here? Let's just take the head office. That's a nice balanced way to move forward in this. And what we'll do here, we're waiting for some sort of arrival reaction, first high above the level, and some type of corrective move here, and then moving in from that point, hopefully on the second high at that point. Okay, I'll just make a note of that. And let's move on to our next stock, which is the XONE. So the XONE here, in the 3D printing business, which has seen some breakthroughs over the last month or so, but obviously not showing up here for this particular company. That's okay though, because we can see that we've got 5 waves in this structure here. So we can look at this as wave A, and if I can just move that over to here, and we'll look at this as an A and a B and a C wave up here for the B wave, and then the C wave will have 5 waves in it. So we've got wave 1 and 2 in play, and wave 3 here, and wave 4, and we're looking for one more move down here. So I won't be interested in this until it has its low here and then sits back on the number 10 here, and I would need to see some little impulse wave here to give us some light on that particular structure there. But you can note it and have it kind of ready to move in, unless we get a larger wave 4, but I don't think so. I think we'll be okay at this point. Wave 4 looks okay. I don't really worry about spikes too much, but this one here, it hasn't really overlapped wave 1 in that regard, and this structure's not finished yet. It may travel more sideways and get more complicated, but we do want to see a low below wave 3, and then we do want to see a nice tested support on the closest largest number, which is $10, and 1 being the strongest number in the market. Then we should see a strong gathering all around this area here. So we've got time to pick that up there. Okay, let's move on to Guardant Health. Okay, this is Guardant Health on the daily chart, and we can see that we've got a sharp move down from the high here after this little 5-wave structure here. So we're in for a correction, probably an A, B, C correction. What's going to happen here though is it appears that it will overlap the top of wave 1 here. So what that means is that I've made a mistake somewhere, and we need to consider that error. So I do need to go back over that. Maybe I mean, it does look like I've got a 5-wave structure here, so maybe I could bring this to this point here, and I'll just shoot the breeze here. I need to look at this a little bit further and have 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 here, and 5 here for that, and 3 here, and 4 here, and 5. Don't need that one. And wave 5 here. I think I'll just do that, because that's just, I don't know if that's correct, but it's just a better fit for this point. It doesn't really matter, because what we're actually looking for here is we need to see this 5-wave structure move down through here that's not finished. We're going to see a bounce off the 100, and then we're going to see that bounce, and then we're going to see another move come down, and then we're going to look to move into this market. So once again, we will need to see, because all of this here really is part, when we look at it, is because it's had its arrival here, its reaction here, and then its first high above the level here. So really, in a way, that's the classic trading levels pattern. So the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and now we're about here in this. So we're going to see this occur here, and then we're going to see this. So we're going to be way over here before we can take our next level. But this also, this pattern here, this large pattern as we're looking at it here is the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level. We're going to see that in a very small way over here as part of our setup in due course. So we're going to see, and this is how we'll move into this, we'll see this is the arrival coming up here, hopefully in 5 waves coming into this space here. So the first high above the level, and then a small ABC correction, and then we'll look to go long over here. So even though it's a long way off at this stage, this is what we'll be looking for in that regard. Okay, so we're going to have a look at alphabet, which we looked at yesterday, but I'll do it again because it's part of this this stock lot rather. Okay, so Google. So from this wave 4 here, we're looking for 5 waves up as 1 and 2, and 3 here, and 4 here, and then going up for wave 5 here. So in that orange wave 5, which is minor degree, we're looking for 5 waves going up through there. So we're looking at wave 1 and 2, and wave 3 is not finished yet. Then we've got wave 4 and then wave 5. So we'll be looking up at $2,000. So that's trading level 2. And then we'll see a correction there. This will be in line with the Nasdaq and the S&P wave count, of course, as well. Well, no, not really, because this is leading the pack. So let's go and have a closer look. So from this wave 4 here, we can discount this altogether because it just we do the videos for learning purposes. So even I learn and you learn, and people make comments and we all learn. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So that's all quite nice for wave 1, not a problem. Wave 2 here. So we want wave 3 to be longer than wave 1 here for this. So from this, we're also looking for 5 waves within wave 3 here. So we can see wave 1 and 2 here, and wave 3 here, and wave 4 here, and going up for wave 5. Now wave 4 may get a bit complicated because wave 2 was simple and sharp. Then the guideline of alternation would have this here as an A and a B and a C wave here, and then moving up. It could also just go straight up from there as well. Sometimes these are a bit tricky to count with the details here, but as long as you accommodate that, we're actually long in this market from the indices when we do the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq video. So I'll just talk about the levels here for a moment too while I'm here. So we've got 15, which is a medium level, and 1650, which is a medium level, but the 1650 also ties in, when I'm using it as stocks, also ties in with group 2. So group 2 is actually, let's configure this here, so that should be 1720. So that's 1720. So normally with 72, we tie that in with an orange line because it's group 2. So 65, 72 and 80 here that make up group 2. But in this case, we can also view it as a medium level, and then 72 and 18 here, which is a minor level. And 18 we call the profit taking number. So this is all of group 2 sitting here. So you can see the importance of group 2, the 65, 72 and the 80 here, and that's all dancing out quite nicely there. I'll just see what I've done on the, I know this is a slightly different chart than the, yeah, so this is slightly different labeling from the one I show on the different chart that I show on the we're doing the S&P and the Nasdaq, but you know, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, even a little 1 2 3 4 5 in here, a little ABC here that we went through before on the indice chart, S&P 500 video, and then 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So we're looking for an A and a B and a C here, or it may even be tied in there already, so an A and a B and C in here. I'd have to check that out, but in one way or another we're going to make a new high here eventually, be it now or then, and wave 4 can pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, and then wave 5 to the upside here. So we should be pushing up markets love to get to the finishing lines, so psychological sort of stuff. So 2000 will be certainly on the cards for this at that point. So, okay, let's move on to our next stock, which is Guidewire software. So, Guidewire software, daily chart here. Bit of a, I don't know if this is the right candidate. It feels a little bit odd to me, but if I count this as 1, an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave. Well, wave 4 is actually humongous compared to wave 2, so I'm left scratching my head a little bit. So yeah, I'm not too sure what to do about that. And also I've counted this, but I'll just continue, because the thing is that this is a corrective pattern because we're overlapping wave structures. So it means that we'll eventually take the high out. So, but this is the best fit, even though it looks weird. The other point here too, if I had my way with this, I would actually just have this here as the A wave here and the B wave here. And let me, oh no, I have to go this way. I mean, I just have to. I just don't like spikes, you know. But anyway, all that doesn't matter. Which either way you look at it, it's corrective. This is the interesting part here, though. We've got this nice smooth move to the upside here, which I believe that it would be in line with the Nasdaq and, well, more so the S&P 500 actually. Let me just see what this is traded on here. It's traded on the Nasdaq, so yeah, but it's still got the S&P 500 sort of move coming up through here. But let's go in and check it out on the 4-hour chart, shall we? Okay, so I'm assuming that without pulling this apart, we've got 1 and 2 in here and 3 here and 4 here and 5 going up here. So I just see a classic trading levels pattern going across minor level 1 here. This is major level 1, and then we've got 10, 20 and 30, or 1, 2 and 3, which I call the minor levels, and we'll be going up into that space there. But I just see this here quite simply as needing another little move up here to finish that off here, may even go a bit higher, and then we'll see an ABC correction pulling back here, and then we'll start to push up at that point. So what we can do here is get our magic line out and turn it green like that. That's magic. And then we can put that on the second high here and pull this down into this space here, and that can be our setup to go along. And when I do that, it means that the stop needs to go under the previous low here. Okay, just to clarify that, and that's that. So we've got one more stock to look at, which is an Indian bank of all things. It's an ADR. Does small loans and things, so it's cranking along. Let's have a look at HDFC Bank. Okay, so HDFC Bank as an ADR on the Nasdaq. So this particular pattern would be what's driving the Nifty. Okay. So yeah, if you want to tune into that, I haven't done the Nifty for a while, just not enough interest on it. I just got to count it for what it is really, as 1 and 2 here, and we've had it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave and the fourth wave, and suddenly we're seeing it extend way out. There's actually 5 waves in this first move here, so I've got to label it wave 1 and 2 here, and then I'll need to see that's pretty much the length of wave 1 here. So we need to see wave 3 be longer than wave 1 here, and then wave 4 and wave 5 here for this. If this market gives us a nice wave 4 back, then I'll have a look at a trade set up for this on the long side. And could this be counted differently here? Yeah, but it just doesn't fit as well here. The problem with this is that wave 5 here is being really long here. What we could look at this doing, if it was going to even crank up even further, is we could take wave 1 here and put it here and have wave 2 sitting here. So I'll just move that. We'll just need to gather some ideas for this, because this is looking like a third wave play here. So it would be out of sync with other markets around the world doing it that way. But it would look at this as a third wave in this regard here. So wave 1 here and 2 here, and then 5 waves up for wave 1 and 2 here. Like I say, it would be out of sync with other indices around the world. Is that important? Yes, it is. They all turned down in the COVID, so they all copped it at the same time. So it should be all in the same leg. So this is more in line with a Google count. So that's why I've left it the way it is. But we'll just put that there, and we'll just mull that over a little bit later on as we go with this. We'll gather some ideas. Not that it's going to affect us at this stage, but this is where Google is. We just had a look at coming up into a third wave here. So I think it's, you know, and this is more like a tech stock, even though it's, you know, doing short-term loans and those sorts of things. So yeah, I'm happy with the way that it is actually. We should see more of a correction across the 65 here, being the medium level. So I'm expecting further push up here, and then a move back here, and then we can pick it up. We don't want to go into FOMO mode just here at that particular point with it. Obviously, we've already called a trade in here at some other point with all of this. And that's the case. We'll stay long until we get to 80, as long as you're not trading with leverage. Okay, that's that, and thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.